welcome back. We're gonna do a little 5-minute project here. So I need to make a fuel line that goes from this dash 8 fitting up to this spot right here. So I already have one end kind of started on here. So we'll just take you through my process. So this, I'm just gonna attach that right back on there. Okay, so that's attached, and then I just lay the long piece. So I like to do the easiest one, or you know, the place where I'm gonna have the most room, be the second fitting. So this is on the end of the hose from where I cut the last hose. But now we're just gonna kind of eyeball it for what I want. So I think that looks pretty good. So I'm gonna grab a marker and mark it, and then we'll go to cutting. Okay, so I went ahead and marked it, and it's actually the smaller of the two lines. I decided I wanted a little bit more length. So now I'm gonna cover this in tape and do the cut. Okay, so I haven't done the cut yet, but I've got this taped, and I usually do 2 full wraps. And I do this, some of the videos you've watched, they do not tape it, they'll just mark it and then cut it. And that works, and most of the time you'll be really lucky and the stuff won't flare out. So this right here, the way it was cut, it didn't really flare out. I'm not sure what they cut this with, but it wasn't a very good cut. This was just off the end of the reel, or the big long bulk. So usually though, this will flare out when you cut this if you're not careful. And I'm actually cutting it with a death wheel. So you'll also wonder, hey, where'd your line go? Well, when I put the tape on, I mean, this is not an exact science per se, but I put the tape on right in the middle, or right on the center of that. So then when I go back to mark it, I just know to put my mark in the center of the tape. All right, let's cut it. Okay, so made the cut, and because of that, it does generate a little bit of heat, which is usually what flares this piece of the hose out. So the tape holds it on there, and now I need to take the end of my fitting, which, where did I put, oh, you know what, it's still on right here. Okay, I'm gonna set you down there kind of level. So we've got the end of the hose that we've got to put the ferrule on, or at least the fitting portion, which is this guy right here. So that end will just go right over, and these PTFE ones are nice too, because voila, you can leave the tape on there, slide it right over. You can use a little tool if you want, just flare that so that we can get this little, whatever this is, the ferrule, I don't know. One of them's the ferrule, one of them's the cranker downy thingy. You know, whatever works. Okay, so that's on there and started, and I leave the tape on because it's really not hurting anything. As long as you can get this piece started on the Teflon piece inside. Now this can be difficult to push down, so I usually just take a little dead blow and just knock it on there. Alright, now I lube the end of this up with some WD-40 and spray my whole workbench in the process. So we'll get this out of here. Spray the little end, and then just insert it in there. And sometimes it's easy, and this time it's not. Alright, well, that one was particularly nasty to get on, but it is only, I don't know, 54 degrees in the garage, and that Teflon's pretty hard, so I was doing this in the summer. So just slide that back up, Bam. And voila. So now, neither of these are tightened down. I don't tighten them down until I have the hose completely made, because it's much easier that way, and the length doesn't change because it just butts up against the fitting. So we'll get these tightened up and show you the final product in place. So don't forget to spray these out, because you do not want the dirty crap that went through there because of the cutoff wheel going into your gas system or your whatever fluid you're using. Alright, we've got the new hose installed, coming from the transfer pump to the kind of surge tank that I built. And so the way this thing, and that's maybe a story for another time, but quick overview is it sucks fuel out of here, out of the main tank, through this pump into there, and it keeps it full as I'm driving. So no fuel starvation. Anyway, thanks for hanging around. Hopefully you get a handle on your hose. We'll see you next time.